Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Heidi and I love to have you here. And so today I'm doing a video all about the importance of us accessing our emotions, our magical powers going out there into the world. And basically this one's going to be to how to get off the merry-go-round of recurring issues that just keep happening in your life. For example, your child getting picked on at school. I'm going to use that example because I wrote a big message yesterday out on my Facebook pages and groups and whatnot about the experience that I've had in how teachers have treated my children and how they've been shut down with their throat chakra, especially my son Hayden, around showing emotions. And so therefore my Hayden doesn't feel good to show his emotions and cry when he feels upset. And so therefore he was not wanting to tell anyone that he was being bullied, not even the loveliest teacher in the school, because he was fearful of crying. And the big strong message he's received from 4 teachers and deputy principals now is stop your crying. And he's very sensitive, like all children, and that was a big, strong, loud message to him to please do not go there. So therefore, he's rather putting himself into that fear mode by accepting bullying behaviour instead. And that got me fired up. So the thing that I'm seeing is that we can't expect a school system to change, not overnight, not even anytime soon. I'm calling it a generational shift because that's what it is. And you can see that since our parents and grandparents, it has changed. They're not doing capital punishment. Children are being more valued now. They're moving into meditation, mindfulness, even a bit of emotional intelligence. So things are changing. But what I am seeing is that you cannot make certain adults change, and it only takes one adult to give a bit of a trauma to a child, like stop your crying, and that child's shut down, and therefore we've passed those scars on. But in saying that, of course, we can't be pointing fingers because we're all not perfect and we all do find it hard enough to access our emotions. Many women that I'm working with are saying, but Heidi, how do I actually even go there? I know I want to and I know it's there. I just finding it hard to either get tears or actually lean into that stuff because it is dark. And so that's why there's no judgment for certain, teachers, certain adults, certain parents. It is just that thing that we are all going through at this time. But there's some children who are prodding fingers at certain ones of us that are the front runners to show how emotional intelligence needs to go forward. And that means we have to model it first, to literally open that energetic door to say to the child, yes, this is safe and this is the right way to go. We can't tell them it's monkey see, monkey do, all that stuff. But I can't say enough, they will not open up unless we are opening up to our emotions as well. And so that means there's a whole lot of work that us as the parents can be doing before we even think about school. Obviously, I'm at that spot now where my children are going to school, and I know obviously it's T-minus a certain amount of time before my children come out of the system because it's undoing what I'm trying to do at home. And so we're playing that out slowly but surely, changing the cogs so that we can be aligned so that they're not in that system anymore. So then I can go forth and make sure I put them with people who are going to value the emotional intelligence in my children and not someone who's going to, unfortunately, undo it. Even the most well-meaning of teachers, if they're not emotionally embodying their emotions themselves, they're going to undo that in certain ways with the energy that they give off to the children. Our children are responding energetically to what that person is holding, not what they're saying. So it doesn't matter if a teacher or a parent is saying certain things, like you should cry, especially if the mum is not crying herself, then that child doesn't feel safe to go and do that themselves. So this is the big message, is it starts here. It starts now with us as the mothers, particularly, to hold that space, even then for the partners and the dads to start eventually. And that's another whole, shift in itself for the men to start. But we need to be holding that space, especially for our boys. So the thing is, and I'm going to use the example of the bullying, is that when my Hayden came home the other day and said, I was getting picked on, I didn't know what to do, I couldn't go and tell anyone because I thought I was going to cry. I, being the person that accesses my emotions, found my heart. And so around that topic, the thing that we need to see is our children are here to prod us. They're here to prod us to let go of our stuff. And so the day before, I could feel the tightness and the dense stuff in here, in my, just sensitive but really just achy, not great, and even, pulling in towards here as well, my sinuses. And so, of course, then comes the prod. Now, it wasn't anything new for me that this is the experience that my son's had at school and he's been shut down for crying. But the way he said it that night, it was like the prod got big enough that he said, oh, the teachers have really yelled at me, stop your crying. And he said all four of them, these four that we know. And that, because I allowed myself to go there, I cracked my heart open. I really let it out. What have I done? My guilt, I can feel it. I'm going to let all that out. Then, to my son, actually going there and go, oh my gosh, the fear that he's experienced, all of that, it came out. And, at the time, because I'm tuning into my body, hooray, I can actually feel it. It's like, yes, this is a good thing to do. And so then, because I let all that out, I was thinking clearly. I didn't go and try to send, over the top emails or go, right, we're going into the school and we're going to make sure this is, battle energy. I then sent a very, calm message to teacher and the deputy principal, who we get along with well enough to say, hey, this is what's going on. I am concerned because my child doesn't feel safe to talk to anyone about this. This is something that we need to look at. So it didn't really matter that I'd sent the email. Of course, that did help, but it was the fact that I'd shifted my energy around the whole thing. I'd let stuff go. And then that helped open the door for my son then to go to school the next day without my worry, without my concern, without my guilt and all that stuff. That's what keeps us going on the merry-go-round of here we go again, until we look at the stuff that we've choked down, typically like the first time. And that's been, 5 years ago. I didn't realize at the time how much I needed to stand up for my son. I didn't realize I probably should have let my emotions out. I wasn't accessing it as much to go, I really feel yuck how they did that. And then, of course, my son's, spilt more of the beans as the years have gone on as well as to what has actually happened. So because I've let all that stuff go, then that day he came home, said, I had a great day. The boy tried to go for me again. I actually went and spoke to the lovely librarian. Yes, I let some tears out. And of course, we're like, hooray. So by me having let go of my stuff, it then let him go into the school, and I honour him for cheerfully skipping off back into the school again. So that wasn't his thing. But the fact that he could then speak up, I know we have cut the pattern, which is exciting. And I feel really excited after all these years for me. So, and him obviously as well. So that's the point, is that our children are coming to us with this stuff for us to prod our own emotions. How do I feel about that? How do I feel for myself? How do I feel for my child? What emotions have I choked down and that are still sitting stagnant within my body that I need to get out? And so we can do a lot of work energetically. We can do all the high vibe stuff, the gratitude, EFT, all of that. But if it's still trapped within our physical body, like, feeling it here, it is not going to be fully weeded out. And I call, these are the weeds that us as the mums, we need to be weeding our stuff out. And so our children are literally a mirror just to say, hey, there's something for you to look at here. Now, if I'd gone in and only focused on him, right, we need to help you, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, and focus right there on him, it would still keep us on the merry-go-round. So I urge you, if you have a child that's having trouble at school, but if you have anything that you go, here we go again, I'm fighting with my, my partner again, here we go again, I've got this thing come up, with my sister, whatever it is, then that is the time, jump off the merry-go-round. The only way to get off the merry-go-round is to let it all out and really see what's going on. Of course, you can go to, healers and whatnot, they will see it for you. It is not as empowering as doing it yourself, and I know you can do it. It's just the fact of being able to sit with yourself and to give yourself that time to go, how am I feeling about this? And the more you practice that, then it pays off, because you can tune into your emotions at any point about anything, and you are doing healing work on the go all the time. You're not having to pay someone else to do it for you. And like a dream interpretation, someone else can only interpret your dreams so far before it has to be you, because you know what's gone on to the nth degree in your life, to a certain extent. But that's the point, is to be empowered. And once you get to do this, your children see you, and as you can see energetically, they can have shifts that quickly if we let go of our stuff. So when we keep hold of it, that's when we're staying on the merry-go-round. And because we're all going forth as leaders in this, if you're watching this, you are a leader in the emotional intelligence, the awakened parenting, to go forth, I say heart-to-heart parenting, to get to our heart so our children can come straight back to their heart. They're only out of their heart because we're not as the mother. It's that mother-child connection, mother-child healing. We need to go forth together. Once we let that stuff go, then, yeah, shift. I hope I've said that really clearly. But it's an exciting thing. It can feel like, oh, I don't know where to start. Oh, no, I don't know if I want to. Yes, your monkey mind can say no, no, no. The more we stay on that merry-go-round and realize, wow, until I let this stuff go myself, my child is going to suffer. Sometimes that's the motivation to go, okay, yep, I need to do this. And then as we keep doing this, we realize actually the gifts are in it for us because we're empowering ourselves, and the gifts are in it for our children and our whole family, because by energetically, we are reshuffling the family's energy every time we let go of our stuff. So big sell on this, but it is so worth it. And because we need to go first, it starts at home. I'm urging everyone, don't go out pointing fingers to schools or anyone else. Just when you think, oh yeah, I've got this, I'm encouraging my child to show their emotions. Go within. Are you showing your emotions as well? Are you expressing everything that's coming through you? It's a daily thing, not a once every 3 months I've had a cry, or even, oh yeah, I'll put that off for a couple of weeks till I get the time to it. I'm just not up for it right now. The more you get into it, the more quickly you can drop in and the more quickly you can get rid of stuff. And that's the exciting way. I know you can do it. Subscribe to the channel. I am putting videos up here and there as I go. These are the types of mini lessons I do in my courses. So if you'd like to sign up to be notified of the next round of my Empowered Mother, Empowered Child course, please do. My lovely clients, the women that are coming to these courses, are having such amazing shifts and light bulb moments that I would love to activate you even more as well. But of course, you can sign up at my website for an empowerment session. That's just a one-on-one session where we go through whatever's coming to you right now, and that's how I help you to see it. I can see intuitively what's going on, but I help you to get to that so you get the practice of doing it yourself and empowering yourself. And also in basically showing you the earth rules, how this all works. Like this one is how to get off the merry-go-round. No one taught us that. And so hence we stay on the merry-go-round wondering how on earth, things are ever going to change. So all the love to you. You're doing an amazing job. Please remember, this is an amazing stuff that you're doing in changing yourself, changing your children, your family, and the generations to come. And you're also having a massive ripple effect on everyone you come across, let alone the energy here on earth, which needs you as well. Lots of love. Bye.